Greetings from Geneva. This is Eric Tars, Senior Attorney at the National Law Center on Homelessness and Poverty, reporting from today's hearings of the U.S. government by the UN Committee Against Torture. Today was an exciting day for us as advocates, as we saw our many months of writing reports, honing 2-minute statements, and finally traveling here to Geneva to advocate begin to pay off. This morning, the Committee Against Torture began its formal review of the U.S. After some opening niceties, the U.S. government delivered its opening statement. The delegation started off by emphasizing that torture is against our founding values and that the convention, after being signed by President Reagan, was ratified with broad bipartisan support. They acknowledged that no nation is perfect, and while they have strengthened their implementation of the convention, they would take the opportunity to learn from the committee on how they could do more. The committee then began their review of the U.S. Much time was initially taken up with discussions of torture outside the U.S. borders, about activities in Iraq, Afghanistan, black sites, and Guantanamo. Then they began to address domestic issues, extended solitary confinement, death penalty, military sexual abuse. They specifically addressed police violence, including Ferguson, and the use of tasers. One of the most compelling moments of the day was when one, then two, then three committee members raised the issue of sexual orientation conversion therapy, condemned by all major medical and psychological associations but still practiced across the country. The advocates from the National Center for Lesbian Rights, including Sam Brinton, a survivor who at 10 years old was subjected to brutal shocks, burning, and other aversive therapy, were overcome with joy at hearing the government held to account. I was similarly happy when the Nepali member of the committee, Ms. Pradhan Mala, raised criminalization of homelessness with the U.S. government.
The USA has recognized that criminalization of the homeless is a poor public policy of local government. But we'd like to know from your delegation if you have taken any measures to improve the treatment for the homeless people, and if you have any alternate policies to deal with the homeless people.
While not quite as strong as we would have hoped, the issue is now part of the record, and the government will have the chance to respond tomorrow, which means the committee can also include this among the issues they comment on in their concluding observations or final findings and recommendations. We shall see how the government responds tomorrow, but already my purpose in coming here is 3/4 done. Almost every issue raised by our delegation was addressed by the committee in their questioning to the U.S. government, often using the facts and figures straight out of our reports. For those of you who wish to tune in and see tomorrow's proceedings, you can join us at 9 a.m. live on the web. As always, you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter, or join our mailing list to keep informed. In the meantime, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our last day here in Geneva. Thank you and good night.